This is NewsNation Prime with Marnie Hughes.
And good evening to you. I'm Marnie Hughes. Thank you for joining us tonight. We start with some breaking news in an urgent missing case. The search for a mother in Tennessee tonight, police say was abducted during her early morning run in Memphis. Eliza Fletcher, she goes by Liza, is 5'6", 136 pounds. She is an avid runner, and she was last seen around 4:30 this morning wearing purple shorts and a pink top near the University of Memphis campus. Investigators want the public to see this photo tonight of the SUV. They believe Liza was forced inside. The search for Liza has gained more and more urgency by the minute. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigations and now the FBI, along with the ATF, are on the scene tonight trying to piece together exactly what happened.
We want to find her. We don't know. We don't know what's going on.
A Memphis neighborhood taken over by a police command center. Dogs, helicopters, and now the FBI, all racing to find Eliza Fletcher, a missing teacher, runner, and mother of two who they believe was abducted while out on her morning run. Later reported missing when she didn't return home.
It's very important that if anybody knows the whereabouts of Miss Fletcher, to contact the police immediately.
Eliza was captured in this surveillance image wearing a pink tank top and purple shorts before authorities say she was forced into this dark-colored SUV that drove off. Her water bottle and phone found nearby.
Everybody's desperately looking for her, and the police are here on it, and you can see there's a lot of activity.
Activity that includes searching Fletcher's typical running route, which is near the University of Memphis campus. Her abduction triggering a campus-wide safety alert that now stretches across the city. Tonight, a massive police presence also outside Fletcher's home as her loved ones, school, and church pray for her safe return.
Our concern is to locate Miss Fletcher, so if anybody knows where she's at, call the police immediately.
And it is an urgent search tonight. I want to welcome in Lucas Fenton. He's a breaking news reporter at the Commercial Appeal, a Memphis newspaper, and he's been on the case and was just at the scene where investigators are searching tonight. Lucas, thank you. Where are police focusing the search right now, and what's the latest you're hearing?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, right now there's not a lot we do know. Basically, there are two main points where police are gathered. They're gathered at the scene where the water bottle and cell phone was found. At the University of Memphis campus. They've got a mobile command center set up there. But outside of that, really, there's not much to go on, and not much that anyone's hearing.
Tell us more, Lucas, about the description of this car. It's kind of a grainy photo on surveillance. Is that the only image that you know police have?
So there are a couple of images. The one that you have, I believe, was what has been identified as one of the better images. And, you know, that's what's making this such a difficult investigation, I think. There's very hard and not very great camera footage, and that's a big problem for media as well, trying to figure out what this make and model is.
Talk to us about where this happened, where she was taken and put into this SUV near the university campus. Talk about the area. What else is around there?
Yeah, the university campus is kind of wedged between Midtown and what's called East Memphis. So you really have two different kind of districts. You have kind of a residential district on one side and a more commercialized district on the other. Central Avenue, kind of per its name, cuts right through the middle of the main campus. And that is right over there. The picture you're showing now is actually the Earthquake Research Center, which is part of the campus and where they have set up most of the police presence.
There was an alert, Lucas, that went out not only to students, but now it sounds like it is citywide. Tell us about how this is impacting the community, folks on alert and on guard.
You know, for the most part, I have been focused on the crime scenes themselves. I haven't spoken with many community members personally, and so that's kind of where I'm at and focused on is just the case itself.
How big is the police presence? We mentioned the FBI, the ATF, Tennessee top investigators.
Yeah, there are plenty of law enforcement officials both at campus and on out in front of the home. ATF actually has agents embedded with MPD, and they work together quite often. So They're pretty much on scene right as MPD is when they were called in at about 7:45 this morning.
I know you and your colleagues have been doing some reporting on who Eliza Fletcher is, her background, her family. What more can you share with us tonight about this young mother?
Well, she was beloved from all accounts, working in the school and along with her grandfather's philanthropy, very much well-known and well-loved within the circles around her.
She was also a teacher, as I understand.
Yes, she worked over at St. Mary's Episcopal School, and they have issued a statement as well, praying for her safe return.
And part of a well-known family. You mentioned her grandfather. What more have you learned about her family and background?
In terms of the immediate family, not much. They were married in 2014 and had a very, very beautiful wedding over at the Dixon, which is an art museum that was here. Has had a lot of money come in from her grandfather, who worked as he has a hardware company. He passed away, but he worked very, very well with the community, and he very much subsidized a lot of public buildings.
Have you all, Lucas, been able to piece together if this was a regular route for Eliza? She was an avid runner. I know that she had run some marathons before. She was out really early this morning. Is this a place that she had run often?
So from what we've been able to gather, campus police who have been on scene, when they issued their broadcast, their safety alert, they said that this was a regular route for her. We haven't heard much on that since, but that was as far as we've heard from police as to whether or not this is a regular route for her.
And you mentioned this earlier, and it's been reported her cell phone and also her water bottle were found. Any other evidence or items left behind?
I do not know about anything else. The cell phone and the water bottle were there, but that's about all we know as far as evidence at the scene.
Being in the community, Lucas, I know law enforcement are focused on finding her, piecing together the details. How forthcoming are they with media in the area as they try to get the message out? One, the alert and urgency in finding her, but letting the public know what's going on in the status of their investigation and leads.
Well, I think that MPD is really working to get as much information that can help locate her as possible. They're very much looking to enlist the public in noticing things and being a little bit more observant as to their surroundings, noticing cars and similarities. But at this point, there's not much definitive evidence out there to go off of.
Yeah, the priority tonight is who that SUV belongs to and trying to identify that and find Eliza as quickly as possible. Lucas, Fenton, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. We'll be touching back with you soon for any updates. And for you at home, here is another picture of Eliza Fletcher, a young mother of two from Memphis, Tennessee. She disappeared this morning around 4:30 on her early morning run. She was last seen being pulled into this black SUV that was captured on local surveillance. That is all police have to go on at this point. Her cell phone and her water bottle were left behind. Going through her Instagram account, she has two young boys. She is a married mother. She is a teacher, and she is beloved and very active in her local school and also her church. And she is desperately wanted back home safely. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.